Okay, that's better. If it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong on a live stream. That's the way it always works. I had everything set up nicely, and I went to start broadcasting, and everything started falling apart. But now it is. Guy, it should be working now, hopefully. You should be able to hear me now. Let's have a look over here. Okay, I can see what it's doing. Okay. Okay, cool. Great stuff. Yeah, it really is Sod's Law. I was just explaining how I got everything set up, and then I went to go live, and my OBS stopped working, so I had to restart OBS, and it looked like OBS had lost my sound sources. Echo in sound. Okay, not sure why. Echo on, is it echo on my voice or echo everything else? I've only got one mic source set up, so I'm not sure why it would be echoing. Let's try, I've got a feeling I know what it might be. Okay, cool. Let me know if you're getting an echo on the voice. Let me know, because I've got an inkling what I could do to try and fix that. But it's just a side tone setting, so I can hear my waffling in my ear. Okay, cool. That sounds good. Good, good, good. Wow, what a pain in the neck trying to set this one up is. So, yeah, we are here at. We're here at Circle B Ranch Airport, which is the new release from Parallel 42. I was going to make a video, and then I thought, no, I'd use it in a stream, because it's a better way of perhaps having a look around it with you at the same time. I've used the camp out feature just to create a little camp. I've actually just come back from a week's camping. The weather was horrible, but it was very nice. So I thought, why not set up a camp somewhere a little bit drier and a little bit nicer. So that's next to the Hellcat there. The chicken's not a problem at all. And Duxford, the squadron dog here, he is more than happy just to chill out doing absolutely nothing. So here we go. This is it's very atmospheric, I have to say. I've just started watching Yellowstone. I'm very late to it, so I'm definitely getting Dutton Ranch vibes here, although there isn't the big house. And of course in Yellowstone they fly in H-125, and this would be perfect for helicopter flying, but I've done so much helicopter flying on the channel recently and not much Warbird flying. I thought I would do some Warbird flying for you, but you can get a feel for what it's like. There's a lot of attention to detail, as always, and that music is coming from the radio, which is in here. And there it is. This is when I feel I need a big pickup to drive. And we even have this poor cow, which is being chased for eternity by the cowboy, trying to catch him. Guy, you've started playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and it gives you similar vibes. Do you know what? It's funny, I've got that, and I never got into it, but it's a game that I keep thinking maybe I should have another look at it. Maybe I should, especially since getting into Yellowstone, maybe I should have a look at it. But yeah, it's hello. All right, don't worry, sunshine. It's definitely got a country vibe to it, and it's perfect for bush flying and for helicopters, as I said. But I did make a promise on the channel recently on a video that I was going to do more in the way of Warbird flying, and I thought, okay, I'm going to take the Hellcat because I love the Hellcat. It is great fun, huge amount of entertainment value in it. And if we just come over here, you can see that the flight strip is actually quite narrow as well. So in a funny sort of way, it's good practice. Let's come over here and have a look at the cows. Why the hell not? Just over here, you can see that white building in the distance. If you then look to the left, see if I can pop it up a little bit. That there is a little helipad base to fly helicopters from. But anyway, here's the cows. Morning, cows. How are you all doing? Yeah, they're a bit like my co-pilots in the helicopters. They never really say much. Over here we've got some irrigation pivots, I believe these are called, and this is all animated as well. Now I know if you just fly Airbuses and things like that, you think, why on earth do I need my irrigation things pivoting and animating? Well, you might not, but if you're doing especially if you're doing bush flying and you want a cool little base out here to fly from, then that's what you can use. What else can we have a look at? Over here, and I will just, while we're flying the drone, is it there? I did have a quick look before. I'm not sure if I've possibly overflown it a little bit. There it is, down there. That there is barnstorming. It's like an old-fashioned barnstorming barn. Yes, I will attempt to fly through it in the Hellcat. Now, once we get here, we got Lara Croft doing a little bit of bow and arrowing, and you can even see it hitting the target there. So these are little attentions to detail. Just seeing that has reminded me, if you've got the Juice Goose, there are plenty of opportunities to drive that around here as well. So yeah, quick look back there. There's the barnstorming thing. There's also some other bits around. There's also a find the bear thing. I'm not going to try and find the bear because you might want to do that yourself, and that's all part of the fun of discovering it. But anyway, there you go. That's the scenery. What else can we do? It's got a very, if you've got the Flow app and you go into it, there's now, come on, work, there we go. We've got this key function, and you can see you can change the channel. So if I change the channel to channel 3, I've just actually, channel 10 was the radio, so I've just turned the radio off. If I now go to channel 3, this poor guy comes out and starts having to close the barn doors. Before he does that, let's have a look in here, because the detail in here is just gorgeous. These little tools, the license plates up here, the propeller. I would love a propeller on my wall. Patriot aircraft, I think that's a hint to what's coming in the future from Parallel 42. Let's get out before he closes it. So you can see there are different things that are controlled by the channels. So for example, if we come down here, say you're in the Juice Goose, I don't know why I'm saying it like that, and we just rotate the mouse wheel to 1 and then give it a press. There we go, and we can open the gates. So it's like having one of those garage door openers in your car. It means that you can operate different things. These doors over here, for example, as well, and as I showed you before, the radio as well. So it's all pretty cool. And as I say, it's a kind of neat little base for exploring this area, which is what we're going to do now. We're going to go up in the Hellcat, which is a lovely, lovely Warbird. I am not particularly brilliant at flying it by the book, I must admit. I've got some practice to do that kind of stuff. I don't have a, I can't remember, does this have a, doesn't have a check, oh yeah, it does have the checklist, engine start, I just wanted to quickly check something, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to try and be a little bit more realistic here. Right, just catch up in the chat. Guy, I've just noticed I've got a group flight in the works that takes us directly over your current location. What are the chances? It's spooky, Guy. That's all I'll say. It's spooky. Right, so I'm going to get us in the air. I'll tell you a bit more about the scenery once we're up there, but let's get flying. So, quick look at the checklist. Cow flaps fully open. There we go. Throttle 20% open. Mixture auto lean. This is the bit that I, there we go. This is the bit that I tend to do slightly correctly. I just whack it onto auto rich. Supercharger neutral. It's in automatic. Lever is automatic, so it's not going to do anything. Battery on. Fuel selector right main. Come over here. Get the click spot. Come here. Gotcha. There we go. Fuel selector right main. Fuel pump on. Fuel pressure 8 psi. That's down here, I think. No, it's not. This is what I mean when doing it by the book. I'm very lazy with the Hellcat. I tend to, there it is, 8, of course it is. I tend to jump into it and go. Primer 3 to 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do the whole lot. Ignition onto both. And that's all good. And then starter, we're going to go to on mixture auto rich. There we go. I knew there was something going on with the mixture going to auto rich at some point. So let's start. Just quick check. Checking my parking brake is on. Checking the stick. Yeah, that's all good. Okay, let's go. There we go. Okay, hopefully that's not too loud for you. Let me know if you can still hear me. Right, so until oil is, what's that, 48. So that's all good. No problem there at all. Okay, something I also quickly want to check is descent 150 knots. Okay, that's good. Just having a quick look at that. Okay, right. So we're not going to do full checklists, but because I don't want to spend the whole stream doing that. But I think we're good to go now. Right, we're using live weather. Quick look at the wind. So it's 2 knots from 99. So that means we're going to backtrack. For the sake of being into wind, we're going to backtrack down to the end of the runway. Give me some taxiing practice. Say goodbye to ducks with the dog. And then while we're at it, let's pop up here. Well, that was a bit silly. That's exactly where you wanted to go, wasn't it? Someone's left the gate open, they'll be in trouble. Those barrels there give you a little bit of night lighting as well, so you can actually night fly into here, which is pretty cool. Just concentrating on what I'm doing. Keep going. There we go. Yeah, feel free, Angel. Of course you can. I'm on Western Europe. You are more than welcome. Just keep going down here. There's one of the famous pivoting irrigators. So I never knew what they were called. I learned a new thing. Hang on a sec. Where's the end of the runway? That's, yeah. That looks like a point to turn us around. Of course, the Hellcat has got the differential braking. A bit too fast there, Sunshine. So just having to use that to turn us around. Keep going, that's it. Now there are trim settings for takeoff. And I was going to say, but I'm not going to use them, and that would be silly. So let's have a quick look. Cowl flaps, half open. Water rich. Yep, good, fine. Yep. Where is it? Trim as necessary. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, elevator tab neutral, aileron neutral. Rudder tab 2 marks right. There we go, 2 marks right. No, that's the wrong one, you idiot. That's the aileron. Staring you in the face, boy. This is what I mean. I don't, in the Hellcat, I never use trim for takeoff. I just fly it. So when you use it, it's something you have to do properly. Right, get rid of that. I'm going to close the canopy. Let's aviate. Let's reset the head tracking. Bit of power. Back on the runway, Sunshine. And just clear. Let's pick up some speed. Back on the RPM. I think that's called by the skin of your teeth. Not clever. But then you guys did want Warbirds, so that's what I'm doing. So let's just come back over here. That's actually a really good runway for practicing, because it's so narrow. You've really got to watch where you go. So that down there is the helipad, and there's a few bits of detail around there as well. We've got, I guess, is the ranch house there. And I'm really hoping we don't accidentally see the bear, because I really don't want to ruin that for you. Right, we're going to have a look, and I'm just winding out my map. We're going to have a quick look over here. There is a secondary landing site that they built in by a lake, so we're going to have a quick look at that over here. Beautiful scenery. I've just, as I said at the start, spent a week camping up in the mountains in the Highlands. So it's nice to be back in the mountains again. So I think this is our spot here. It looks like we've got a little campsite going on. See a plane? Yep. A couple of tents there. It's a nice little spot. So yeah, you can see there's different areas you can explore. If anyone sees the bear, do not shout out. That's one spoiler I don't want to have on the channel. So we're coming up to Pine Creek Ski Resort, which has also been modelled, which is just down there, and we should see some cable cars if I can get it close without pranging it. There we go, there's the cable car right up there. See, this is why it's quite good to use the helicopter. I came here in the Huey yesterday and landed down there, and it was great fun. Okay, we're just going to come over the lip here. Back down into the valley, and then we are going to scoot off. Hugonator, it's good to see a Spitfire up. Well done, lad, proud of you. Good show and all that. So we'll just scoot down this valley, and yeah, we're going to, I thought we would head off, do a little bit of a trip round around the mountains, do a bit of sightseeing, and enjoy some Warbird action. So this is Cokeville down here. I say it every time, and trust me, I bore myself with it, but the scenery in this sim, after years of things like FSX and P3D and going back to sims in the 80s, it still blows me away. The just the feeling of being there, because the scenery is so good. Absolutely incredible until I get my head there. Do love this Hellcat. So Angel, you've just bought the Hellcat, have you? I thought I saw you, but I seem to... No, I did see you in the sim for a moment. Ah, there you are. Look at that. There you go. Very nice. There's nothing quite like flying formation in Warbirds. Huge amount of fun. So yeah, my tent after a week in the Highlands is actually up in the garden now, drying. It got absolutely sopping wet. The rain was just coming down the morning we had to go, and of course, you know, it's a long way, so we couldn't hang around to let it to dry. So it's out there now like a big soggy blue thing, and hopefully be able to pack it up soon. Yeah, the links, I need to do something with the links. Reminds me I need to check in with the developer and see where he's at in terms of making videos and that sort of thing. Ah, cool, Angel, nice one. Yeah, it's the Hellcat's lovely, you won't be disappointed. I'm just very lazy with it. I you know, things like the setting up the trims and all that sort of thing for takeoff, I just tend to fly it, which just reminded me. Need to change that, don't I? Now I'm utterly confused myself. There we go. Is that an, yeah. I have had I've had the pleasure of camera stints as well. Up in Snowdonia in I think they were old ex-army tents. Great fun. Let's trim it a little bit. Okay, just having a quick look at that. So, now that I've stopped fiddling with my trim, let's blat down the lake. Bear Lake, this is. That scenery is just incredible. The textures and the colours, fantastic. How are we doing over here? Nice. Right, let's keep an eye out for the cables here. Just come over the top. Let's not get too low there. Let's pop outside. There we go. Always a slight pucker factor when flying the aircraft from an outside view over water like this, because you never quite know how it's going to go. So I'd be interested to know, everyone who's watching, drop in the chat, what is your favourite Warbird at the moment? I keep meaning to drag out the 109 because I've hardly flown that. It's one of my YouTube video projects that I've never quite got round to, is doing a video, or doing a series of videos learning to fly the 109, because it's certainly a handful. I think, Guy, what you were doing, I know you're a technical chap, so I think you're probably a little bit too humble to say, but I think what you were doing was actually doing some stress testing using a cable tool. I think that's what was going on there. Yeah, do we? The Corsair. I like the Corsair. I do like the Corsair. I have to say, whenever I get in it these days, though, after flying the Flying Iron stuff, it just feels a little bit not quite there for me, but I do love it. It's a very nice looking aircraft. Yeah, Mickey, the 109, I do need to I need to learn the ropes on it. No doubt about it. I've just not given it enough attention, considering how much they put into it, and considering what a challenge it is as well. In fact, I don't think... No, I've flown it once. Since I made the video on the channel when it first came out, I think I've flown it once. So, doing a few videos on the channel learning to fly it would be would seem like the appropriate thing to do. Right, I'm looking for what's a good way. Okay, let's have a look here. I'm expecting a bit more of a valley. They're lovely round here. So we're coming up on the road now. There it is. Yeah, I've heard about the lighting, but I've never looked at it at night. I should have a look at that. Joes, hey, how you doing? Hope all is good with you. Have you seen the Free West Swordfish? I have, but I've seen a couple of people flying it, but I've not gone for it. It sounds I'm going to say it sounds snobbish, but snobbish isn't the word. Reluctant to get it because I've got so many Hangar Queens, and I know it's free, so actually there's no excuse. But I've got so many Hangar Queens, I can imagine getting it and then not flying it. But it looks really interesting, and having seen one at Duxford, you know, it would be cool to have in the sim. But I've definitely seen them around. Watch the left wing there. So this kind of gives you an idea of the scenery around here anyway. But you can get an idea of, especially for helicopter flying, it would be great. Lots of different places to visit. Not just with what Parallel 42 have added to it with the scenery, but also just generally the area that's around here. Definitely getting the Yellowstone vibes from it. It's interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I find that Flight Simulator, this one, can behave differently at different times. I flew yesterday out of here, and I was getting all sorts of stutters and long pauses and that sort of thing. Today, nothing. It's really good. Nice and smooth. Can't beat a radial engine for giving you some radial roar, if that's such a thing. So we're going to come back now. We're on Western Europe, but I will be honest with you, not far off finishing now for this one. Let's have a quick look down here. Okay, so we've used about half of that for what it's worth, because we're not that far out. Stick it onto the left tank. Yeah, it does. You're absolutely right, Selen. And the outside noises are wonderful. Very guttural. So one of the amazing things about the States is just how big it is, and just how the scenery changes across the country. When you think you've got deserts, you've got thick forests. Sean, good to have you along, sir. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. Just tootle down here. Just following the road. Back upwards. I've said it a few times on the videos, but I've very much become a jack of all trades and a master of none, whereas I used to just really fly Warbirds with a bit of GA. In this sim I've diversified into a bit more GA and a whole ton of helicopters, so every now and again it's good to do this kind of thing where more than anything it's practice for me. It's certainly not a tutorial on how to fly the Hellcat, as you probably figured up by now. So trying to think. I need to watch the wires. I need to see if I can spot the... There it is. Try and get lined up on it. That doesn't feel very lined up, if I'm honest. That's silo. May have to re-line up, but let's have a look. Could be a bit embarrassing if we go in at an angle. Oh, now, okay, that was not a good time for it to pause. It didn't like that. My head tracking's gone. Okay, let's see if we can get the head tracking back. There we go. I can't help but think that that was something in my sim saying, what are you doing that for? What are you doing that for? It's also probably teaching me a lesson for saying that I've not had any pauses or anything like that. Yep, head tracking is gone. Let's have a little play. Try and do the usual things. Have a look over here. Okay, let's restart it. I spy a lynx. We've got to go and have a look at that. Okay, it's just pausing now while the head tracking comes in. Yeah, head tracking's back. So let's go and have a look at the lynx. No, head tracking's frozen again. Head tracking's back. Now this is a what? Ah. Guy, you must have a repaint that I don't have. I am guessing. That's a shame. I was hoping to show you a beautiful lynx, and in the end I showed you a bonanza. Like you've not seen one in this simulator. Okay, right. Let's have a think about where we are. Quickly move that out of the way. So at the moment, not seeing any wind. So I'm going to land the way we came in. Land the way we came out. Let's get it in the right order. I see a Huey. I love that Huey. I cannot get enough of it. I can't tell you how hard it was to not take it on this flight, because it is great fun and perfect for flying around here. Well done, Angel. Looks like a nice touch and go there. There's the Huey. Isn't it wonderful? Right. Let's come back on the throttle. Temperatures are okay. Let's get our bearings. There it is. Speed coming down. Let's drop the gear. Gone too fast, so let's come round. I was going to do a nice curved approach, but that would have been too tight. See if we can get, there it is. So we'll come round this way. And this really is asking for trouble. Someone of my lack of skill in the Hellcat trying to land on a strip as tiny as that is just asking for trouble. Oh. Well. Oh. Now, people watching at home, This is why you don't attempt things like this, but it does give us an opportunity to have a look at the wonderful, splendid, varied grass types that we have in the simulator here. That's not good. Look at that, Angel performing a perfect touchdown. So I think I probably clipped the fence. I think it's pretty safe to say. I reckon that's what I did. So let's come out of there. In fact, well, I would do if I could see it. Let's have a look. Let's have mixture. Cut the engine. Fuel pump off. And then it can all go quiet. And the sound of the eagles laughing in the distance. You see it flying around. Actually, that's something you have to be careful of on this approach. He said, trying to sound a little bit professional, that there are birds on this approach. You got mountains over there and birds over there. And look, search and rescue. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Very nice. Hopefully you're going to be seeing that soon on flightsim.to. Don't know if I'm being presumptive there. I assume that's where it's going to appear. But lovely, isn't it? Nice. Right, anyway, now listen. You didn't see a damn thing, alright? You don't tell anybody about what just happened down there, okay? Anyone else who comes here and asks about the Hellcat pilot, you saw nothing. Right, that's him told. So there you go. Moral of the story is, don't be a prat and try not to fly too low over fences, I think is the best way of describing it. Anyway, there you go. So that is Circle B Ranch in all its glory. Very good if you are a bush pilot or a helicopter pilot. Very good if you are a competent Hellcat pilot and can actually get over the bleeding fence, unlike me. But a really nice little piece of scenery. Nice place to have a base to fly in this area. And a huge thank you to Parallel 42 for giving me the opportunity to fly it and to show it to you as well. So I think we'll take one last look at the poor old Hellcat. There we go. Every day in aviation and flight simming is a learning process, and if there is anything that teaches you more, it's your aircraft lying upside down, pointing the wrong way, just to add to the shame of it. It's not even pointing the right way, it's pointing the wrong way and it's upside down. I screwed that up. Anyway, it's been wonderful having you along. Hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I will see you on the channel again very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.